the Jets offense struggled. They didn't find the end zone. They couldn't score a touchdown with Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback. Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Braylon Edwards, you're Braylon Allen. You're my friend.
Braylon Allen.
All right.
It's interesting. I get it.
That's what I'm saying. Garrett Wilson, he fumbled on his first snap of the day. He finished with only 5 catches, 41 yards. Mike Williams, on the other hand, he's going the opposite. I mean, he's getting a bigger and bigger role, making great catches. Is it time to be concerned about Garrett Wilson? And should Mike Williams have a bigger role?
The answer is no. It's not time to get concerned about Garrett Wilson, but yes, I think Mike Williams should have a bigger role. But before Mike Williams can have a better role, I think they need to stop pressing. When you see an individual of Garrett Wilson's talent fumble in the first play of the game, and this is a guy that I picked to be a top 5 receiver in the NFL this year. This is a guy that I watched at Ohio State. I believe because he's not getting the targets that he's used to, because he's not having the success that he's used to, he's starting to press. And nothing good happens when individuals press, and that's what you're seeing out of Garrett Wilson. Like, as it relates to Mike Williams, look, I like Mike Williams in San Diego, then Los Angeles. The big thing with him is staying healthy. Get this guy involved. He can help your offense. It's 50-50 pass. That's what he's known for, the 50-50 ball and the big end routes to get yourself some yards down the field. He's a big play receiver. Get these guys implemented into the system, but don't force feed them. I remember we had times in New York when I was there trying to force the ball to individuals just to get guys in rhythm, just to make guys happy. You got to let these guys know on the team, hey, look, it's not about guys individually. It is about the team. The team is the focus, and winning is the goal, like you said, Connor. So get the wins. You can take care of everything else once you get the wins.
All right, and Connor, let me talk to you about the running backs, because Breece Hall had a rough day yesterday with a series of penalties. I think he had 2 or 3 of the false starts. I'm not sure. Drop balls and was unable to capitalize on those 2 goal line runs. On the bright side, though, Braylon Allen continues to look better and better. It's got to be the name, I'm assuming. Should Braylon Allen get all the goal line in short down back looks from now on?
I don't think it's as simple as that, Jeane. Like, I understand that he's your big physical bruiser, but, I mean, it's not like Breece Hall's a scat back. You know what I mean? It's not like you've got some tiny dude back there. I mean, the Hall's a force in and of himself. I think what's most alarming to me is that Breece just doesn't look like Breece to begin this season. And I know we spoke to Robert Saleh in his post-game day after conference call, and he said you look at the GPS numbers and Breece still has the same speed, has the same burst. All right, and I'm a big GPS guy, I'm a big analytics guy, but I can also use my eye test, and something just looks off with Hall. This isn't a one-game thing against Denver. I mean, those numbers you see right there on the screen, the 10 carries, 4 yards, they're very, very bad. But he entered yesterday's game against the Broncos, averaging 3.8 yards a carry. Like, that's not the Breece Hall we know, and I don't know if this is like, a couple years ago where he's just fighting for the home run, wants the home run. It's like you got to get the tough, dirty yards, but it's like he's dancing a little bit more. Even when he's out, he doesn't have the same burst, doesn't have the same energy. Something just looks off with him, and I can't put my finger on it. You go to the flip side of Braylon Allen, and I'm not talking about the physicality and how he's a different runner. He's a more effective running back right now. He entered averaging over 5 yards a carry. He was just as effective against the same defensive line that the Breece Hall was struggling so much against. So it's this weird little dynamic of you want to run your entire offense through Breece Hall. I was told by several people in the building that he was going to be the workhorse and the focal point of the offense. Well, the workhorse and focal point of the offense isn't working right now, and you have this other guy in Braylon Allen who, dating back to OTAs, has looked like an absolute stud. So what do you do? I think this is a situation now where, again, the Jets have to do what is best for the team, and they have to realize they are in a luxury. It's a difficult situation because you don't want to offend Breece, but if the hotter hand is Braylon Allen, ride the hotter hand. And against the Broncos, and for the first portion of this season, the hotter hand has been Braylon Allen. You're not going to stop using Breece Hall, but if it's clear early on that Hall doesn't have it and Allen does, they should not force feed the ball, but they should continue to work Allen. They're not doing that right now. That's Hackett just kind of predetermining in his head what he wants to do, and I think they need to make those adjustments because that's what good teams do.
And Braylon, were you surprised they didn't use him at all in that goal line stance right there, that goal line?
To be honest, I was. It just looked like they were off on offense all day. Now, whether it was Nathaniel Hackett, whether it was the players or whatever it was, it just seemed like they were off. They weren't comfortable in the plays being called. They weren't comfortable in each other. They just didn't look the part yesterday against the Denver Broncos. So I don't know what that is. Sometimes, look, healthy competition, it breeds success. And I think that's what you have right here. Braylon Allen's guy is coming in. He's young, he's physical, he's hungry, he's ready to work, he's ready to make the plays. I think Breece Hall, he needs to lock into this competition. Look, it's healthy competition. Look, this is a guy on your team. But the better he plays, the more you should want to play good. So I think healthy competition is what we have here. One guy is just living up to the competition, and one guy just didn't have the best game.